My name is Slag Voss. I am a gamer. Question is, what do you do? Let's take a step back to 2003. BioWare had proven themselves through multiple games such as the Baldur's Gate series, Neverwinter Nights, both revolutionizing the RPG genre. While both being top-downs, they have both done their own thing in a very specific sort of way. Neverwinter Nights, known for player-made areas and player-made maps, plus a very in-depth campaign through multiple expansions. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was the first to actually bring a 3D feel to the D&D system. However, BioWare was looking for a new way to expand their RPG genres. What are they looking at? Well, they were looking at something sci-fi. Cue LucasArts. LucasArts had a lot of success in the past through gaming, all the way from the Jedi Knight series to the TIE Fighter series. So, how could they come together to make a game that would not only expand the BioWare universe, but also the LucasArts universe? So how could they come together? Cue November 19th, 2003. The release of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is here. Knights of the Old Republic was based off Wizards of the Coast Star Wars RPG system. So the D20 system was still intact, which they are used to working with. They just had to make a few minor adjustments. The game itself was a beautiful design, and it had something that a lot of games were missing at the time, especially Star Wars games, which was taking you across the galaxy, showing you worlds you knew, worlds you loved, and ones that you had heard of but never seen. This one did it all. It promised everything, from a beautiful landscape across the entire Star Wars universe to some of the most intense ship battles, well, in cutscenes at least. Character customization was pretty much stuck to just choosing a face for the character, but modding the character how you wanted to see fit. 3 classes starting off with Warrior, which was a lot like the Warrior in D&D terms, was very feat-based instead of skill-based. Even with an 18 intelligence, you were lucky if you got more than 3 skill points every level up. A Scout, which was kind of like a rogue in the D&D world, able to break into security systems and also hack security systems. They were very heavily skill-based and not very feat-based. Next up was the Scoundrel. The Scoundrel allowed for a little more skill capability than a Warrior, but also less feat-based than a Warrior as well. So he was the in-between of both a soldier and a scout. Later on in the game, you were able to actually turn your character into a Jedi. 3 different Jedis to choose from. One of the Jedis is the Guardian, known for their blue crystal and also their abilities with a saber. Probably one of the more fun if you're a melee, if you like playing melee-based characters. The Jedi Consular is a support class, able to buff up their teammates in combat and also carrying that classic yellow saber. The Sentinel, carrying that classic green saber, is your more diplomatic, able to get certain bonus feats whenever it comes to convincing other enemies not to do stupid stuff. Yeah. Also able to prevent fights in certain areas if done correctly. Any game like this, as ambitious as it was, had its problems. A few problems include AI pathing problems. A character can very easily get lost when trying to follow your lead character. Another problem is that it actually brings up a secondary window in the game whenever it's playing a cutscene. This is why I'm unable to show you cutscenes from the game, cinematic cutscenes. Sorry about that. They are beautiful, they did do a great job, but major problems. Now, I'm not going to go into depth with the story because the story is so wonderful. It feels like a Star Wars story. It includes a little bit of everything: betrayal, wonder, amusement, love, loss. It's a beautiful Star Wars story. They really brought the Star Wars universe to life with this game. There are other games in the past which they were unable to really do this with in the Star Wars universe. This one truly did it. Now, I have a few pet peeves with this game, so let's cover them. I got 3 pet peeves. Number 1, the AI pathing the AI pathing, because it's so bad, forces from time to time characters to get stuck behind. Now, in a quest, whenever you've got to change areas constantly, especially in starting area, your characters can very easily get locked down in a certain area and not know how to catch back up until you've actually stopped. The problem is, if one character's too far behind, you cannot transition into the next area. Now, the reason why this is a pet peeve is I could understand if they're in combat. They're not in combat, they're standing there. So either you got to cut to that character and try to catch them up, which the other characters will run to where that character originally was standing and then catch up, or stand there and hope the other character catches up. If you're lucky enough, there is a dialogue portion of the game where you can force the other character to catch up. Pet peeve number 2. Constant interruptions in the game. Now, what I mean by interruptions is that characters will want to talk to you for no reason other than to give you more background on the character itself. This really puts a damper in the game, especially whenever you're just trying to rush through an area to get to the next area. Another thing about that, which goes into the same category, is if you have 2 characters that haven't talked a lot or don't know much about each other, they will have random dialogues just about every 3 to 10 minutes, which again cuts into the game. It's not bad. I do like that it does that from time to time because it gives you more information on the characters and gives you a deeper backstory and helps you care for them a little bit more. But not every 5 to 10 minutes, come on. Pet peeve number 3. Something that is known for in the Star Wars universe beyond anything else. The amazing Rancor. This is an RPG. A Rancor would be perfect. Where the hell is... Oh. My mistake. Another thing that they added to the Star Wars universe, which gave it a more in-depth feel, was multiple minigames. One of the minigames, which is one of my all-time favorite minigames, in fact, if I could find this game somewhere online, I would buy it. Pazaak. A simple to play card game, but very challenging to learn. And if you're wondering how to play it, look it up. It's actually a really fun and really cool concept. Next up is Swoop Bike Racing. Swoop Bike Racing is more of a reaction type racing game, but again, it adds something more to the game. Gives you a little bit more to waste time with and to win a few credits on the side. Finally, it's a more in-depth minigame just because it happens at certain points. It's not something you can do anytime you want to. It's a turret fight on top of the Ebon Hawk, which is the Millennium Falcon style ship in the game. Very challenging, but a lot of fun, especially since you can run into anywhere between 8 and 12 fighters at a time to take down. And they hurt if you don't drop them quick enough. Well guys, that's pretty much it. This is Slag Voss, bringing you a brand new style of review. This is actually Here Comes the Pain. Reason why it's named Here Comes the Pain is because this was a pain to do, all the problems I ran into, but beautiful and wonderful process for me to learn how to do this. It was a lot of fun. You know, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, let's get the price point. Currently on Steam for the PC version, $9.99, which is not bad at all compared to my first playthrough took easily 32 hours. So, yeah, that's actually a pretty good price, especially for a classic game like this that really needs to be loved. Current price on Steam, $9.99. That's really good for a game like this. I easily put 32 hours into my first run through, And I know it's not up to date compared to other games, but don't forget, this is 2003, not 2009, 10, you know? And it's a game, believe it or not, some people have not played that love RPGs, and some people who love Star Wars have never played it. You can still find the Xbox version here and there. Xbox version runs between $18 all the way up to around $35 for a boxed one. I don't think that's new. And that's about the same for the PC for the non-new one. If you're looking for the box instead of the Steam version, runs between $18 and $35. It also depends on what all it comes with and everything like that. So, anyway, here comes the pain. First episode. Hope you like it. I'll see you later. This is Slag. I'm out.